Welcome back everybody to another unofficial Dunkaroos unboxing video. It honestly feels like it's been a long time since we've unboxed anything on this channel, and this feels like the perfect place to bring back the Dunkaroos because today we are going to be unboxing the WATA Modern Beta submission here. 5 games graded, all DS and PS3 I believe in this submission. And it just seems so perfect because as you guys know, Dunkaroos, they make delicious snacks, and as you guys also know, WATA Games evaluates and authenticates video games. So really, if you think about it, they're kind of the exact same company. So it just feels like a perfect natural fit. As always, thank you to every single Patreon member who supports the channel, as well as YouTube members. I can't do it without you guys. Let's go ahead and slice into this thing. As we go through it, of course, I will share with you guys my thoughts on the grading. I wrote down my own guesses for what the grades would be, so we'll see how I do grading modern stuff as well compared to WATA. Just slice along these lines here. Nope, it's still not open. It's almost open. Right here. Right there. Okay, that side's open. Whew. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look inside here. So if you don't know or you missed it, about a month or two ago, WATA was taking in beta submissions for their new modern program. If you were selected, you got to submit 5 games at an increased turnaround time. Pretty cool. So I got selected and I used 3 slots for myself, and then I gave 1 slot to my one brother and 1 slot to my other brother. Let's get this out of the way here. So this is what a WATA game shipment looks like. If you've never seen it before, it has this box where it's all separated out. It's pretty cool. Hopefully no damage happened in shipping. Fingers crossed. So the first game we're going to pull out here is actually one of my younger brothers. It is Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns Steelbook Edition. And my guess for this was 9.6 A++. When I had this game raw, it was basically case fresh. I think it had a very, very minor corner ding on it. And the actual grade here on Lightning Returns is... oh, look at that, hey? The 9.6 A++ Lightning Returns on PS3. That is actually beautiful. I do have one of these as well. My brother found the listing on eBay and we each bought a copy. I think I'm going to send my copy off in a future submission. I mean, if you guys have played Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, not exactly a great game. It's actually kind of a bad game, but it's Final Fantasy 13 is still part of the mainline series, so I still enjoy collecting it. My brother still enjoys collecting it. Bad game, cool collectible. You guys know how it is. Next game up here we have, oh, here's my other brother's game, Tales of Symphonia on PS3. And the guess I had for this one is actually a 9.4 A+ because it has really off-center artwork. If you guys know, when you're appraising modern games, the artwork orientation does matter. Much like in trading cards, it's something you can't really control. It'll just come out of the factory and it won't be centered. Let's see what happens. Tales of Symphonia on PS3. The actual grade on this one is... oh, nice! 9.6 A+ on the Tales of Symphonia. So actually higher than I anticipated. And I will try to bring out the phone cam here for this, and I'll show you guys the off-center artwork as to why I was thinking it was going to get hit a little bit harder. Now, assumedly, because it did get a 9.6 there, if the cover art wasn't OC, maybe it would be a 9.8. I need more examples, I need more submissions in order to really say for sure with this. Still, really cool for the 9.6 there, and he is going to be very pleased to see that in the video. So now the next 3 games are all mine, and we're going to start with PS3 here, God of War 3. Absolute classic of a game, absolute banger of a PS3 title. Looking for the 9.8 A+ on this, and this is actually the only game in this submission that I was hoping for a 9.8 on. This looked really clean. Let's see what happens here. The God of War gets 9.6 A+. Damn, the same grade as the Tales of Symphonia, hey? The only thing that this God of War had was a little bit of scratching on, well, I thought it was scratching on the cellophane at the very top of the game here, but maybe they also are considering that to be a little bit of damage to the casing itself. Still, I can't really be mad. The 9.6 A+ is a superb grade to get. I said it in the Discord, I think the 9.6 A+ level is basically your PSA 9. It's a super nice item with very minor flaws. When you get into that 9.6 A++, the 9.8 A+, or the 9.8 A++, you really do get more into that PSA 10 level, or even your BGS 10 if we're talking like the 9.8 A++, and that's where the items are like immaculate. So 9.6 A+, very nice on the God of War 3. And let me know your thoughts in the comments there with the PSA 9 comparison to a 9.6 A+. Where do you think the PSA 9 falls on the WATA scale? That's kind kind of where I'm putting it at this point, but I'm really curious to hear other opinions on that. Next up, we have Super Princess Peach on the Nintendo DS, a game that I think has great future prospects. It's become a little bit of a meme in the Discord. I bought this one before I bought a VGA 95 copy, so this one here was my contingency copy. I often do that a lot. I'll buy duplicates of games just to really make sure I get a mint one. Anyways, on the Princess Peach, looking for a 9.4 A+. So a little bit of damage to this game, but you know, nothing severe still. Still looking for a really good grade on it. The Super Princess Peach gets 9.6 A+. There we go, hey? I actually got a 0.2 bump on this one. So what I thought they were gonna ding for, I guess they didn't take as that serious of damage. I mean, we're talking a 0.2 difference here, so clearly I was still on the right track, but 9.6 A+ on Super Princess Peach. Really cool DS title. I don't know if Peach is ever going to get a standalone game again. And Super Princess Peach does actually have a variant where down here, the little Nintendo logo will be gray instead of red. It's actually more common to find the first print of this game than the second print from everything I've seen, but just something to keep in mind if you're ever looking for this title. And the last game we have here is actually the one that I'm personally most excited for. This next one I am absolutely keeping. I sent this off for the personal collection. 999 on Nintendo DS, looking for the 9.6 A++ on this one. On the Lightning Returns, it was basically case fresh in order to get that grade. I'm really hoping the 999 can also get that grade. For the big final reveal on the modern beta 999 DS, we've got 9.6 A+. Okay, so damn, getting that A++ seal rating really is difficult. They are not giving that out for free anymore. The cellophane on this game really was close to case fresh. 999 also has a variant where they redid the game with a totally different cover art, so this is the original print of the game. One of my favorite games on the DS. This is really cool to have. One thing that is a little bit weird on the WATA casings here is you can see like the game is hugging this wall and there's just kind of empty space behind it. I would prefer if the game sat in the middle of the case. You know what I mean? Looks a little bit weird is all. But otherwise pretty nice. They look good inside the WATA cases here. So with my own estimates versus the actual grades I got, all I did was miss out on a plus on 999. Princess Peach got 0.2 higher than I thought, and God of War got 0.2 less than I thought, and Tales of Symphonia actually got 0.2 more than I thought. So overall, I was on the right track as to what WATA is looking for and how they are appraising these games. I do also have a much larger modern submission all loaded up that I'm going to go through with you guys on video, and I can just show you what to kind of look for when you are appraising these DVD-based games, because it is a lot different than when you're appraising cardboard. It takes getting used to, and I'm still learning myself as to how severe they treat certain types of damages versus other types. It's all just a learning process. And just to close out here, I do actually want to give a few thoughts on the WATA modern grading, because when they first announced it, I saw on YouTube so many collecting channels, big and small, giving so much hate towards the idea of modern video game grading. And honestly, I don't really see why. If you look at trading card games or sports cards, grading the ultra modern stuff, grading stuff as soon as it comes out is extremely commonplace. And even if you do not participate in the graded market at all on this modern stuff, ultra modern trading cards and games, it won't impede your ability to go to Target, to go to Walmart and purchase the game if you just want to play it. Like, it will have no effect on that at all. I don't know if people are thinking that modern grading is going to cause Switch games to literally go up in MSRP because so many people are going to be buying them up to keep them sealed. We already see this with LRG releases and other limited run companies where people buy 2 or 3 copies of the game, they open one and they keep one sealed. And with some of those limited releases, yes, it does lead to scalping, it does lead to limited supply, but that has nothing to do with actual video game grading. That's a human nature and manufactured scarcity issue, not a grading issue. I love the idea of this because it acts as a gateway for people to actually enter into this hobby, to try out this hobby. Most people can't afford to buy factory sealed NES, Super Nintendo, N64, but a lot of people also have their favorite games on the PS4, on the Xbox 360, on the Wii U. And now you can submit some of those favorites for a pretty fair price, all things considered, if this is $40 US to get this done. Plus shipping fees both ways, right? Do not expect to get a perfect grade simply because you bought it from the store. Let's just start right there. And I also don't expect you to just be able to buy any random game and go and make money on it if you get it graded. And if you do, it's probably going to be very slim margins. For the most part, modern grading, especially ultra modern grading, is just going to be done for fun by enthusiasts who enjoy this hobby. It's going to create a new segment of the market, and it's not really going to affect any of the existing ones. For people who don't like graded games, who don't want to be a part of it, you'll simply still not be a part of it. And the price of used PS4 games, used Wii U games, Xbox One games are not going to see any effects due to any kind of graded market that comes out of WATA modern grading. That's my opinions on it. That's my thoughts on it. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about it. Overall, I'm super pleased with this WATA submission. Make sure to like the video to help it reach more people. Make sure to subscribe if you like the content, and I'll see you all in the next video.